Good morning, everyone. Just thought I'd post a quick video to go through some of the activities that I've put up on Seesaw feed today. The first activity is an English one. It is about a story called The Rainbow Bear. Thought it would continue, add nicely and continue on from the work we've been doing about animals in zoos and animals in the wild. It's a lovely story about a bear. It's been shared very kindly by Roundhay Primary School in Leeds. They've put up a video. It's got lots of beautiful pictures and illustrations in the story. What I'd like you to do for the activity is to create like a piece of writing, like from as if you were doing a plaque to go up in an art gallery from one of the many beautiful illustrations that are in this book. You can pick any picture you like from any of the pages once you've listened to the story, whichever one really speaks to you, whichever one you like, and write a description about it as if it was going up in an art gallery. You might want to use some noun phrases like we've been talking about last week. You might want to think about emotive language, some adjectives that talk about how the painting makes you feel, the picture in the book makes you feel, and why it really adds to the story. So that's the first activity. There's more. If you're a bit confused, don't worry, there's more information on the activity description that I've put up on Seesaw. The next one is a science one. It looks at food chains. It's a bit of revision and recapping what we've done earlier in the year, but it's going to link to polar habitats because this week we're going to be thinking a bit more about the Arctic and the Antarctic and the different habitats and the different animals you might find there. So once you've read the PowerPoint that I've put up, the slides that are on Seesaw, if you click add response, you should take you to a web page where you can have a go at creating your own food chain using the different animals that you might find in the Arctic. I want you to think about what things would be the producer. Remember, that's the first thing in the food chain. What would be the consumer? So what would eat the producer? And you might even want to think about what might be a top predator. So that will go right at the end of your food chain. Once you've had a go at that, or just add before I move on to the next activity, I've also put up a link for it's a YouTube link from a full episode of Our Planet from Netflix. It's narrated by David Attenborough. It goes into a bit more information. It's quite a long one, but it's really fun to watch. It's a really good episode that goes into lots of detail about the different polar habitats which we're looking at this week. You don't have to watch that, but if you're looking for something that's fun to watch and is a good educational resource, that would be a good one to take a look at. In the geography activity for today, we are going to be continuing looking at South America. More specifically, we're going to look at two countries in South America. We're going to look at Brazil, which is the biggest country in South America, and Colombia. There's a video to watch that I've put up on YouTube. It goes through lots of different information about the animals that live there, the different cities, different plant life, and the different environments of Brazil and Colombia. If you've watched the whole video, you got through all of that, I've put up 3 different crosswords for you to have a go at. There's an easy one, a medium one, and a hard one. You only have to pick one, depends how confident you're feeling. You don't have to do all 3, but they are looking at Brazil and Colombia and their different animals, habitats and environments and the different cities in those 2 countries. Finally, I've also put up a maths activity for today. This one is going to be looking at division. I've put up a video on YouTube for you to watch that should explain the activity. And then once you've watched the video, if you click add response, there are a series of division questions for you to have a go at. Hopefully it's not too tricky. If it is, feel free to drop me a message or ask for help, and I'll be more than willing to try and give you a hand with that. Last thing, if you've done any other work, it doesn't have to be work from Seesaw. If you've been doing some reading at home, doing some maths work, maybe got some math sheets off the internet, if you've done some pieces of writing, if you've got any workbooks at home, anything like that, if you've been doing extra work at home, I would love to see what you've been getting up to. I know Patrick has been posting some of the work he's been doing around the Egyptians at home, just off his own back. James has posted some wonderful work that he's been doing some reading about the Harry Potter books. Ro has been doing some great stuff helping us out, talking about Buddhism. anything that you want to put on Seesaw is to do with schoolwork. It doesn't have to be exactly what I've put up for Seesaw. Any work you're doing at home would be great to see. I'd love to see any of that. So just keep posting things. It's been great to see what you've all been up to at home. All right, that's me finished for today. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day and have a lovely afternoon.